I don't think that most of the residents of the District of Columbia have processed adequately yet the real threat that we're facing, not just to our home rule, but to our democratic values. You know, this is an election that, if you had to look to a historical comparison, we might have hoped this was 1932, ushering in a new coalition, but the year that sticks in my mind is 1936, and how are we going to react? And I'm talking about the one that they had in Berlin. And let me be clear, when I talk about 1936, I'm not automatically jumping to 1943 and 1944 and the dark direction that came. But when you're faced with a rising tide of ultra right-wing nationalism, how we react as a community is going to be important. And everybody probably is familiar with the words of Pastor Niemöller, who talked about when they first targeted the trade unionists, he didn't really focus on it because he wasn't a trade unionist, and they went for the communists and they went for that, and finally the Jews and the Catholics, and when they came for him, nobody was left. We know that we are going to be seeing attacks on vulnerable populations here in the District of Columbia, here in around the country. And it's going to be up to us to make sure that we are metaphorically, if not in practice, cleaning out and making ready those annexes behind the bookcases in all of our communities, so that we are going to stand by, and when they move to attack any vulnerable population, they know that we will stand with them here, whether the attack is directed at us or people that speak a different language, people who have a different religion, or people that don't even look like us. It's easy to be discouraged given the level of our aspirations and the reality that we're suddenly facing politically. But it's also difficult to be in a room decorated by portraits of Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, President Obama, Cesar Chavez, so many great leaders who have faced difficult times in their movements, and not be equally inspired and know that eventually we will be able to prevail. We did take a step forward in our movement. We will be facing some setbacks, but we are emerging with a energized and renewed commitment to our own equality, and I do believe that deep in my heart we shall overcome.